Magic 97.7 and Annie Lennox, 835. Mike Barrett in the studio for Good Policies. Mike, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Much better.
I had to get the red light on.
Yes.
So we talk insurance policy, good policies, good insurance policy practices. We educate people in the complex industry. And this morning, just a side note here before we dive into things.
Go right ahead.
Dawn, my girlfriend, on the way into work this morning,
Yes.
had an accident happen right in front of her on 114.
Oh,
In front of her, thankfully.
yeah, not her. In front of. That's good.
But somebody is going to find out just how good their insurance is this morning.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Maybe you'll get a call. I don't know if they're with you. But anyways, we've had some good chats here the last couple of weeks. And, you know, as we sit here in the studio, and you've done it in the past, you know, there are commercials that play all day long. That's how we pay the bills, right?
Right.
And we hear these national companies, more than, you know, local folks like you, going on about, well, you can have your insurance this way. You can have your insurance that way.
Yeah.
Call this magic number.
Yeah.
Is this a reality? I don't think it is.
And it's not a reality. It's
Okay.
good marketing is what it is.
Okay.
You know, their companies go, you know, oh, we'll shop all the rates and give you the best one, or we'll tell you what the competitors' rates are, or only pay for the coverage you need.
What in the world is that?
That's my favorite one.
Why?
That's a relatively new campaign. And I go, well, how do you know what coverage you need?
Well, as a consumer, I would say, okay, I own a house. I need homeowners insurance.
All right. So what does that encompass?
I live
in your
along a river. Well, I might need some flood insurance.
Right.
I don't want it to burn. I want, you know, it to be covered for fire.
Right.
I mean, that's what I would think as a consumer, but
Yeah,
what's
but
really there?
You really want to be thinking about, and that's why instead of us saying only pay for the coverage you need, the worst time to find out how good your insurance coverage is when a loss occurs. Because truth be told, when you're purchasing insurance, your mindset is nothing like what happens when a claim has occurred. It's a total flipperoo, where you're looking at the cost. What's it
Exactly,
going to cost me to do this? I'll use auto real quick. Do I really think I need towing and labor coverage on there? Do I really think I need a rental reimbursement, which means you'd be able to get a rental car if your vehicle is involved in an accident this morning on Route 114? You know, do I really need that coverage? And you may be thinking to yourself, no, I don't want to spend $30 more a year. No, I don't want to do that. And then, of course, you make that decision, paying for only the coverage you need, and then the loss occurs. And what's the first question that most people ask me? What's my rental reimbursement?
Yep. And
What's
then
my rental car coverage? So that's just the auto shot side of things. So let's go to the home. You know, an unendorsed homeowner policy does not include backup of sewers and drains. Backup of sewers and drains is specifically excluded on the policy. Now, there are two types of things that are excluded on a traditional homeowner policy. And I'm talking about a special form, and no, there's no test later. You just need to promise me you'll call your agent if you have questions. But on a special form policy, it says, look, sudden and accidental loss to the house is covered subject to exclusions. Well, some of those exclusions, such as earthquake and backup of sewers and drains, you can buy back. There's an endorsement where you can buy that coverage and add it so that's no longer excluded, okay? Some other exclusions that you can't buy back would be flood. Flood's a great example. Groundwater seepage, you can't buy that one back either. So what do you do with those? You have to go start looking for a flood policy separately, but neither here nor there. So you may not be thinking at the time of purchasing insurance that there's a possibility that your town water connection could
back
up into your basement. Finished or unfinished, storage or not storage, utilities or no utilities. There's going to be a cost associated with that for remediation. You have to clean it out. And that's going to be an out-of-pocket expense if you don't have backup or sewers and drains coverage. A lot of companies have done a good job of adding package endorsements. And what I mean by that is it's a bundle of protection that they put into one specific endorsement. So you're not buying this, and this, where you have it all included in this one beautiful little package for $30. Most companies are $30 to $60. Some are up to $150, depending on the magnitude of things included. That would include backup of sewers and drains, include personal injury protection, include an increased sublimit for theft of jewelry, theft of guns, theft of silverware, business personal property at your house, refrigerated food loss coverage limits. I mean, a lot of things there. You know, now you're starting to go, well, wait a minute, I didn't even know that was coverage I could get. So that's something to think about. And when you're looking at every company, the rates are always going to vary. All right. And there are going to be times that you're going to find a knock your socks off rate with another carrier. And I think that's a good thing. That's the way it should be. That's called competition. And that's excellent. But when it comes to true coverage, there's only really two companies out there that make the forms that every company adopts one way or the other. So if you have a homeowner policy, you either have an AAIS homeowners form or an ISO homeowners form.
Okay.
All right. And that's dependent on which company wants to do what. Insurance Services Office or American Association of Insurance Services, I think is what that acronym is for AAIS. I'm going off memory. But truth be told, these policies are not going to vary all that much. So if coverage is not triggered on one policy, it's most likely not going to be triggered on another because there's not a lot of variable there. The only thing that differs from company to company are those company-specific endorsements that I just previously mentioned.
Well, as a consumer, I've been one all of my adult life, as everybody else out there has, with automobile insurance and everything. It's going to be very seldom on your side of the desk where somebody knows exactly all of the specific endorsements because, as you mentioned when we started this out, price is usually the determining factor.
It rules the roost. It really does. And what makes the most sense when looking for insurance is the conversation, not you just searching and looking. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's the type of person that you are, that you want to be doing your own thing. But something about being able, for me, I'm sitting across the desk from you or just chatting with you, and I'm hearing a little bit about your life, and I'm starting to realize some of your exposures. And I'm starting to realize that maybe you have a boat, or maybe you have a snowmobile, or maybe you have different things that you may want to put more protection on. Maybe you have high-value jewelry. Maybe you have a bicycle that you spent $8,000 on. Things that you may not think about otherwise, where I can now present it to you and go, well, here's something that you could put on your policy to give you a better situation should a loss occur.
Well, and most folks, when they want to contact an insurance agent for new coverage or amending coverage, is they go on the recommendation. Most often, in my experiences, well, what are you looking to spend? It's not what are you looking to insure.
Exactly.
All right.
The cliched thing in our world is get the best coverage at the best price. And no, just get the best coverage, but don't become insurance poor. That's really what it is. So find a balance. I hate the cliche, best price, best coverage, blah, blah, blah. But find what works for you, because otherwise you're wasting your money.
That's right. Nobody wants to waste money and lose money.
Exactly.
Or spend money when they don't have to because they didn't have coverage. So you mentioned the conversation. Tell them how they can have it with you.
Sure. 748-5224 is how you can get a hold of us on the phone. We are located on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury. Online to BarrettAgency.com. Google, Facebook, and YouTube, all Barrett Insurance Agency.
By the way, you and your little man, I hope you have a safe and happy Halloween.
Oh, my little pilot will be out trick-or-treating.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Good Policies with Mike Barrett. I'm Jeff Garfield. We've got music from Celine Dion coming up in just a bit with Imperfections right now.